Hi everyone, welcome back to another list video on my channel. This video is going to be the 10 metal bands that I don't like. Out of the thousands of metal bands, it's impossible to listen to them all, and also it's impossible to like them all. And these are 10 bands that I don't really like and couldn't really get into. There's some controversial ones on here which I'm sure people will disagree with, but yeah, before we get into the video, make sure you've subscribed and check out the other content on my channel and share with people who you think would like my content. And anyway, now let's get into the video. The first band on my list is Dio. Now this one is one that quite a lot of people like, and yeah, I'm really sorry, but I'm just not a big fan of his music and his vocals. I don't think they're that great. I think the music's quite bland. Maybe apart from when he was in Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell is a really good album, and also Holy Diver, though I think the Killswitch Engage version of Holy Diver is better than the Dio one. But yeah, I just someone that I'm like out of Ozzy Osbourne or Dio, I'd much rather go with Ozzy than Dio. I just can't get into his music that much. Sorry. The next one on my list is Linkin Park, and yeah, another one that is highly regarded. You know, Hybrid Theory is really revered, but again, sorry, I can't get into them. I don't really like nu metal that much. I just don't really like the rap vocals. I think it's quite rubbish, really. I think it's rubbish. The music is meh. Don't really think I could get into it. Although nothing against Chester Bennington, one we lost too soon. He had a great voice. And nothing against him, but just a band that I don't think I could really get into. Next on the list is 99% of all doom, stoner and sludge metal bands, mainly because I just don't really like it that much. You know, I could have found a couple of bands to put in here, but I thought it'd be easier to put the whole genre in there because I don't like it. It's one of the very few genres that I don't like. I just think that the music is quite boring. It's just like the same boring riff throughout the whole song, and it's slow and nothing happens. The vocals are awful, out of tune, and it's just really not my thing. The only doom band that I don't mind is Black Sabbath. They pretty much invented the genre, but apart from them, the rest of it's a load of trash, can get in the bin. Next band on this list is Accept, and this band I just don't think I could ever get into. Their music don't really appeal to me. Their look and persona doesn't really appeal to me that much. Nah, they're just a band that I look at and think there's probably better out there, such as like Iron Maiden and other heavy metal bands such as Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne, and yeah, it's a band that I don't think I could ever get into. On my list is Manowar, mainly because I just cannot take them seriously. I'm not a big fan of like their kind of look and persona and their whole style. They just look like they just look like they're out of Zelda or something. It's just, I can't take them seriously at all. So a band that I can definitely just skip and miss out. The next band on this list is Twisted Sister, just because Dee Snider Dee Snider just looks like the weirdest guy. The music and the whole style of glam is just something that I don't like as a thrash metal guy. The glam scene was kind of looked badly upon from the thrash guys. They just didn't like it at all and wanted to do something completely different. They didn't like that whole scene. So bands like Twisted Sister, with their really commercial sounding, high production songs, and their whole way they acted, is just something that I don't like and don't think I could ever get really on board with. I think the music's quite cheesy and really kind of bland and not that great, really. The next band that kind of follows on to that is Motley Crue, because they're another band that I see being that same kind of mould, like glam metal band that sells out and, you know, just wants to get laid all the time and stuff like that. It's like, no, they don't really care too much about the music. They just want to get successful and you know, dress really weirdly, and no, it's just stuff that I couldn't really miss out. I could have just put glam metal here really instead of these two bands, but yeah, the whole glam metal scene can get in the bin for me. Don't like it at all. The next band on this list is Kiss. Now, this is a band that quite a lot of people like. They're one of the forefathers of heavy metal. Quite a lot of the bands that I like, including Slayer, very, very much liked Kiss back in the day. They're massive influences on lots of bands that I like. But personally, for me, I don't really think their music's that great. I think there's way better out there. Way better rock and metal music out there than Kiss. I think their look is pretty cool, and they kind of had a cool idea of how they wanted to show themselves, which is cool. But musically, I'm not a fan, and I don't think I could ever really get into their music. No, it's just a band that I could easily miss out. The next band, the penultimate band on this list, this is probably going to get the most hate, I think. It's Judas Priest. Not for me, not for me. I don't think their songs are that great. You know, I think they're quite bland and average, really. It's like, I mean, some of it's probably alright, but for me, the main thing is the vocals. I don't like Rob Halford's vocals. I think they are just too high pitched, and they just, you know, they have a bad resonance in my ears when I listen to his vocals. Every time it just kind of makes me go, ooh, ooh. I just, no, and their whole look is a bit over the top as well, which I don't really like. Yeah, no. No, just a band that I could miss and wouldn't really, I don't know, I don't think my heart would skip a beat if I'd never listened to Judas Priest. Let's just put it that way. They're a band that I could easily just not bother with and it would be fine. That leaves the last band, the band that I hate the most out of all the metal bands that I don't like. This is the one I hate the most, and it's Limp Bizkit. And the main reason is Fred Durst, because he is a bit of a douchebag. He acts like a bit of a knob. I don't like rap. I don't like nu metal. I don't like rap in metal. I think that is just something that should never happen, and it should never be a thing. But it is because of bands like Limp Bizkit. Musically, I don't think they're that great. I mean, there's better. Again, there's better nu metal bands. There's like Korn and Slipknot. You know, way better than them. Musically, I don't think they're that great. Fred Durst just is enough on his own to put this band at the top. Quite a lot of people nowadays don't really like Limp Bizkit. I know back in the day they were massive, but now they're kind of looked upon as like, yeah, that they're a bit naff, aren't they? And yeah, I think they're pretty naff. I don't really like them, and I don't like that kind of stuff. So yeah, sorry Limp Bizkit, but I'm not, because I don't like you. Right, so that was my video. Hopefully I haven't pissed many people off, but I might have, but I don't care. It's my video. What metal bands do you dislike most? You might be thinking Slayer. Why does he like Slayer? They're crap. I don't know. But yeah. Let me know what metal bands you dislike the most. And if there was any of these bands that I listed, whether you like them, let me know. If you like them, I'd like to know. And whether you can change my opinion on these bands, you know, instead of, you know, making me, at the minute, I don't like these bands, but maybe you could have a justified reason why I should like these bands. I don't know. And also, maybe in the future, I might do a top metal bands that I like, my favourite metal bands. Although, quite a lot of people that know me probably already know that list. But yeah, all feedback's much appreciated. I'll see you in the next one. Keep it metal.